Hey everyone, and welcome to our latest installation of our live stream series here at All Tech is Human. I'm the founder and director of the nonprofit All Tech is Human. We're an organization that's committed to strengthening the responsible tech ecosystem so we can better tackle wicked tech and society issues and co create a tech future that's aligned with the public interest. I'm going to kick it over to our program director at All Tech is Human, Rebekah Tweed, who you probably know from the great work around our Responsible Tech Job Board, our talent pool that just released a few months ago that has grown to over 1,000 members. Also, our mentorship program will be launching a new cohort pretty soon, so be on the lookout for that. And then also the newly launched Responsible Tech University Network. But just briefly, if you are unfamiliar with our organization, All Tech is Human, welcome. I hope you get involved. We have a lot of different activities, whether you are new to the space or you're a long-term individual who pioneered this responsible tech movement and ecosystem. We have space for the emerging and the established, and oftentimes commingle together through our programs like the mentorship program, Slack group of over 5,000 members across 62 countries, regular summits and mixers, and much more. Our activities really stem from three observations that we had after launching in 2018. We noticed three things, right? And this was after interacting with thousands of people through a lot of our responsible tech summits, Slack group, working groups, you name it, interacting with a lot of people. And what we noticed is one, that there really needs to be a acceleration of tech consideration. Effectively, you have tech innovation that's moving at a extremely fast speed, and then you have our consideration, our ability to consider its social impacts on a wide group of people that's moving painfully slow. A lot of the work that All Tech is Human does is to lower the delta between those two to really speed up tech consideration. All Tech is Human is set up in this kind of newfangled agile model that can move at the speed of tech. Our second observation was that there really needs to be a hub of knowledge. And that's why we do our Responsible Tech University Network that Rebekah is going to tell you all about. The idea that we have incredible people and organizations that are doing valuable work. But one of the problems is that oftentimes we're not building knowledge upon knowledge. We don't always have a hub of knowledge, a connective tissue. Here at All Tech is Human, we really believe in a global, multi-stakeholder, multidisciplinary, kind of hyper-connected network that can promote knowledge sharing and collaboration and get this knowledge to all those different key stakeholders. The last part, and why we're here today talking about fellowships and internships, is our observation was that we were noticing we don't have a robust workforce and people really involved in the system that can adequately tackle these wicked, complex tech and society issues. In other words, we can build a better tech future if we have a better group of people, a more diverse mix of people who are focused on these complex, gnarly problems. That's why we really believe in diversifying the traditional tech pipeline, disrupting it, if you will, for more backgrounds, disciplines, and perspectives. Lots of ways to get involved. Check us out at alltechishuman.org and then join our Slack and Slack us there. But I want to kick it over to Rebekah. I am going to stay on the back end for this live stream, but send it over to Rebekah to tell you all about the exciting ways to get involved and really on-ramp yourself wherever you are in your career so you can actively work towards this co-creation and building the tech future that we want. So Rebekah, the floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you, David. Hi, everybody. Very excited to have you all join us today. So we have a live stream on responsible tech fellowships and internships. So we have some fantastic guests with us today to detail some featured opportunities. And I'm here to walk everyone through some other current openings, as well as to introduce you to some of our responsible tech careers programming. So this event is being offered as part of our University Network live stream series. So we're providing resources for building and strengthening the responsible technology ecosystem, specifically within academia. So we'll be hosting these live streams monthly. We'll be featuring various topics of interest to our Responsible Tech University Network, like spotlighting various responsible tech degree programs and offering guidance on how to apply to graduate programs. We'll also be talking about how to form responsible tech student clubs, how to plan responsible tech events on campus, as well as providing support for members of underrepresented groups in tech. So the network unites our university ambassadors alongside professors, researchers, student leaders of responsible tech clubs, faculty leaders of responsible tech related programs, centers, and institutes, and career center staff. So, all into this cohesive network to share knowledge and collaborate with one another. So, we are also in the early stages of planning a responsible tech university report that we'll be releasing in tandem with a responsible tech university summit. And that's going to be on November 17th. So, right now, we're gathering ideas for panelists and topics, as well as people and organizations that we should consider including. So, please reach out to me with any ideas via Slack or email. We have a list of responsible tech related academic degree programs on our website. So please check those out and let me know if you are especially interested in learning more about any of those programs. And if there are any faculty who would like to highlight any programs at your university, please reach out and let me know. Later in the live stream series, we will also be drilling down into specific responsible tech career pathways. So in our future live streams, we'll be looking at responsible AI, trust and safety, tech policy, and civic tech or public interest tech. So if you have additional ideas for future live stream topics that you're interested in, please reach out to me and let me know. So today we are highlighting a variety of fellowships and internships. If you stick around until the end of the live stream, I'll be running through about 30 of these roles, all of which are featured on our All Tech is Human Responsible Tech job board. And we'll also have a blog post where we'll be posting all of those roles as well. So the board features jobs, internships, and fellowships that are focused on reducing the harms of technology, diversifying the tech pipeline, and ensuring that technology is aligned with the public interest. So we include roles in ethical AI or responsible AI, online safety and trust and safety, tech policy, including data privacy and digital governance, civic tech or public interest technology, social impact opportunities, as well as accessible and human-centered design roles. So I also want to point out we have launched a responsible tech talent matchmaking service. This connects hiring managers with responsible tech talent from within the All Tech is Human community into some of these very hard to place roles that lend themselves to people with multidisciplinary backgrounds. So we also have opened up our responsible tech talent pool of All Tech is Human community members who are open to these opportunities. So we will be launching a major talent matchmaking initiative in mid-May that we will be announcing in the coming weeks. So please join our talent pool to receive updates about this initiative, and especially reach out if you're interested in software engineering, product management, and UX design roles. We also have a mentorship program. So we will be opening up applications for our spring cohort next month. So please join our wait list. You can receive an update when applications officially open. Also, for anyone interested in building healthier digital spaces, we are hosting a digital playground series with New Public, thanks to the generous support of Unfinished. Our third event is coming up on April 27th. We'll be featuring Anil Dash, the founder of Glitch. So please check out our link tree or reach out to me for more info about that. Okay, so now we'd love to dig into today's topic. And I'd like to start by introducing a very special guest, our newest team member, Elisa Fox. So she is a program associate in responsible tech careers, and she'll be curating the job board, assisting with career fairs, and working on talent matchmaking. So Elisa, we would love to have you come on screen and tell us a little bit about yourself and how people can connect with you. And then we'll be turning our attention to some responsible tech fellowships and internships. So hi, Elisa, you have the floor.
Hi, everyone. It's great to be here. I'm so excited. So as Rebekah mentioned, my name is Elisa Fox, and I'm a program associate here. All Tech is Human. I am working on updating the job board. We'll be working more with the talent matchmaking program, planning career fairs, and then a bunch of other career initiatives we have in the works. Feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn or Slack. I'm on the community Slack as well. We're always looking for feedback and hearing what can be helpful to the community. A little bit about myself. Professionally, my background is very diverse. I've worked in construction, human resources, higher education, from like operations to student advising to event planning. And most recently, I've worked in the think tank space where I helped plan cyber policy roundtables. So if I can work in tech, anyone can work in tech. But it means I also understand how difficult it is to get into this space. And so I'm really excited to be able to help people and pay the way forward, because I know I wouldn't be here without other people's help. Especially All Tech is Human. Another thing about me, I also try to elevate diverse voices and create an inclusive environment. And so I think All Tech is Human is great at that. And so I'm really excited to have, we share the same values. Overall, I think tech should work for all people. And in order to do that, we really need to have all types of people and voices developing and implementing these tools and being in the conversation. So being here is really important, and getting everyone into the workforce is extremely important. And so again, feel free to reach out to us. And look forward to a meeting engaging with y'all. Back to you, David.
All right. Well, thank you, Lisa. And again, really excited that you're now part of the team after seeing you at so many of our gatherings. So I know for our upcoming one with Douglas Rushkoff, Responsible Tech Mixer, on April 26th, do say hello to Elisa, the newest member of the All Tech is Human team. So really appreciate all the work that you're doing. I'm just going to take you off screen, and then we're going to bring on our first guest for this discussion. All right. And Rebekah, I'll let you kind of do the quick little intro.
Yeah, great. Yeah, so first of all, Elisa, excited to have you. Very thrilled for what we're going to do together. So next up, I would like to bring on Mai Sistla, the Deputy Director of Aspen Tech Policy Hub, and she will be letting us know a little about the organization and their nonprofit and public interest fellowship.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Rebekah, and thanks so much to your team for inviting me here today. So as you know, I am part of the Aspen Tech Policy Hub, which is a program within the Aspen Institute that trains science and tech experts on how to engage with policy. And I'm here today to talk about our nonprofit and public interest fellowship that we now have applications open for until April 18th. Our nonprofit and public interest organization fellowship is a 3-week full-time fellowship program aimed at helping organizations who work in the science and tech space impact policy. So a little bit about our own organization. So we traditionally have run individual fellowship programs where science and tech experts will spend 10 weeks with us, and we teach them how to impact policy, and these folks put it to practice. And we've run quite a few programs like this and now have over 200 alumni, and many of our alumni have transitioned since graduating our programs into the public policy space and the science and tech policy space. So many now are in policy roles in government, have started their own nonprofit organizations, etc. So we've been really excited by the success of our programs and have since wanted to scale our programming and help organizations, so not only individuals, but smaller organizations, scale their impact in the policy space. So if you know of or are part of a nonprofit or public interest organization without policy capacity right now. So I'm thinking a lot of university research centers who might work on science or tech issues, nonprofits who are focused on direct services, et cetera, and you want to learn and your organization wants to learn how to impact policy, please apply to our program. So the way this is structured, one representative from your organization, if you're selected to be part of this fellowship, will come to the Bay Area for 3 weeks full-time this July, where we'll teach you all the policy process. So your representative will participate in classes focused on building policy skills, like policy communication skills, stakeholder mapping, and advocating for policy change without lobbying. And you'll also get, your organization will also get some chances to put these lessons to use working on real science and tech policy issues with clients. Organizations that are selected will be paid $6,000 for participating in the program for 3 weeks, in part to help defray the costs of lodging for sending someone to the Bay Area for 3 weeks. And we'll also include a small travel stipend for those who are traveling from outside of the Bay Area. So who is interested in this program? We're really looking for nonprofits or public interest organizations working in science and tech who do not have policy capacity right now, or and especially those who are working with marginalized communities. So that's sort of what this 3-week program is. There's also an optional project period from the end of July through mid-September for organizations that are interested in it. That's virtual, where organizations will spend 8 to 10 hours a week putting these skills to use in some sort of policy project your nonprofit or public interest organization is interested in. And we'll work with you to figure out exactly what that project will look like, whether that's working on a specific issue area or about building policy capacity within your organization generally. So that's a little bit about the fellowship. Again, applications are due April 18th. So I have 2 asks for this group. So A, if this sounds like something your organization might be interested in, please consider applying. You can find out more information by visiting our website, www.aspentechpolicyhub.org. Or if you know of folks who would benefit from this type of training, please help spread the word. We want to reach as many nonprofit and public interest orgs in this space as possible. For those of you who are not part of an organization right now and are more interested in an individual fellowship opportunity, we do run programs like that too. We don't have applications open right now, but we encourage you to sign up for our mailing list, which you can find on our website too, where we will notify you of any future programs available for individuals and not organizations. So again, visit our website to learn more, and I hope to see some applications from this community.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Mai. Yeah, that sounds like a great opportunity. So next, we're going to be hearing from Will Thompson, and Will is the program manager at University of Virginia's Karsh Institute of Democracy, and he's going to be telling us today about a practitioner fellowship in data and democracy.
Great. Well, thank you very much for having me. As Rebekah mentioned, I'm the program manager with the University of Virginia's Karsh Institute of Democracy. As an organization, we work to understand, support, and promote democratic institutions, practices, and culture, particularly with a focus on 3 pillars that inform the meaning and possibilities of democracy. Those are democratic culture, laws and institutions, and social and economic conditions. We're working to cultivate new approaches to research and teaching, and developing programs and partnerships to actively engage in the public conversations around the future of democracy. So as part of this methodology, we're partnering with UVA's School of Data Science to develop our inaugural practitioner fellowship in data and democracy. The goal of this role is to explore and increase awareness of the intersection of data and democracy. And as part of this appointment, the selected fellow would develop a publicly available data-oriented project that they propose. So we're intentionally leaving the parameters of this project broad to invite as many diverse proposals as possible, but some areas that could be explored would be things like data sovereignty and privacy, elections, or misinformation and disinformation. But again, we invite all proposals in this space. So this is a practitioner fellowship. So we're intentionally searching for fellows who are not necessarily strict academics, but are actively working in the data and technology space, whether they be involved in freelance journalism, consulting, private research, you name it. And as part of our efforts to encourage as many diverse applicants and proposals as possible, this fellowship doesn't require a full-time residency in Charlottesville, but we will work to engage the selected fellow with the broader UVA community. They'll be invited to participate in lectures, classes, and workshops to inform their work and also to develop and engage in broader networks exploring the data and democracy space. And we'll, of course, provide travel and lodging stipends to accommodate that. So we're currently reviewing applications on a rolling basis, but we expect to start conducting interviews within the next 3 weeks. This position will go through the 2023-2024 academic year with an anticipated start date of July 31st. And the anticipated salary range is $40,000 to $50,000. And if you're not sure whether your work specifically fits into this data and democracy space, I also want to note that we have another 2 practitioner fellowships in democracy that will be going live this week. So if you have broader interest in that space, please feel free to reach out if you have any questions and apply to those as well. So thank you again for having me, and please feel free to ask any questions afterwards.
Great, thank you, Will. And we
you.
will be having a blog post that will be compiling all of these resources and links, so and contact information. All right, so next up we have Albert Fox Kahn, the founder and executive director of the Surveillance Tech Oversight Project, or STOP. And he will be sharing today about a civil rights internship and legal fellows. So if you are involved in the law space, Albert is here to speak to you.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Rebekah. Thanks so much for organizing all of this. And thank you for taking the time to log into this session. So at STOP, or Surveillance Technology Oversight Project, we push back against the growth of government surveillance and associated abuses. So we spend a lot of time suing the NYPD, suing major tech companies, writing new city and state laws, writing research reports about the dangers of novel forms of AI and novel technologies other than AI. And with our fellowship and internship program, we've had an amazing track record of having young people really getting a start in the fight against some of these technologies, from our legal fellows who run some of our cases and litigate and draft these laws and help lead protests and rallies and do coalition building and things like that, to our research interns who do work on data science work, do some in-house NLP modeling and other sort of in-house machine learning projects. We do a lot of work with undergrads, whether it's people with a focus who in sort of more of the communications world, a focus in things around sort of just traditional research, helping us put out white papers. We've had white papers in recent years about everything from sort of the threat of surveillance to reproductive care post-Dobbs, to the dangers of the data collection embedded in most modern cars, to other terrifying technologies that go bump in the night. And we are a mission-driven abolitionist organization fighting for change here in our community. And if that sort of activism, if that sort of social justice focus is something that resonates with you, we would love to have you apply. We have been growing our intern and fellowship program quite a bit in recent years, and so we have more people than ever, but we continue to see the need to expand, just as we're expanding every other aspect of our work. We accept people working remotely from all across the country. Internationally, it can be a bit more difficult, just out of an abundance of caution around cybersecurity and data governance issues. But if you have questions about your particular work setup or any particularities around our internship program, please don't hesitate to get in touch. My colleague, Alan at stopspying.org, he can answer any of your questions about the various internships that we have upcoming. And we recruit year round. We have interns all, every single semester. We have people who join us off semester as well between semesters. And we have year-long fellowships and even multi-year fellowships. And particularly for law students, we're always looking to help sponsor people for Just Works Fellowship, Equal Justice Fellowships, Skadden Fellowships, Justice Catalyst Fellowships, all of those different nonprofit fellowships as well. But yeah, very much looking forward to connecting with more of you after this. And please don't hesitate to get in touch if you have any other questions.
Amazing. Thank you, Albert. Yeah, we had quite a few audience members who really resonated with what you were saying. So yeah, please, everyone, check out our blog post afterwards. You'll find information on how to reach out about these opportunities. So I want to give a big thank you to my Sisla from the Deputy Director at Aspen Tech Policy Hub, Will Thompson, a Program Manager at University of Virginia's Karsh Institute of Democracy, and Albert Fox Kahn, Founder and Executive Director of STOP. Thanks for sharing these opportunities with our audience. And now I'm going to take maybe 5 or 7 minutes to run through some of the other opportunities that we have on the Responsible Tech Job Board. So a lot of these opportunities just run the gamut from, how far along your educational career you are, and what specific opportunities you're looking for. So we'll talk a little bit about industry, academia, government, and civil society. And we'll kind of zip through a few of these. We have about 30 on the board right now. There's plenty more that we haven't gotten to yet, and I'm very excited to have Elisa on board to help us really flesh out the job board and include many more opportunities. So first, I'm going to go ahead and take a look at industry internships. So I'm going to try to share my screen here. One second. Okay, can everyone see that? All right, so first here we have, I'm just going to offer this one up from Google. This is the US Google Public Policy Fellowship. It is remote and in DC, and you would need to be enrolled in any kind of academic program. It looks like it includes from undergraduate all the way through PhD. The one catch about this one is I think it closes tomorrow, so you'll have to get on that if you're interested. Next up, we have Sony AI. We have a couple of roles here. Let's see, we have a research intern in AI ethics, and this is based in the US, and they're looking for someone with a background in machine learning, ideally a current PhD student. But it says they also, welcome interdisciplinary researchers from other departments outside of computer science and statistics. So that's good for a multidisciplinary approach. Then we also have a research intern focusing on privacy-preserving machine learning. This can be based in Tokyo, Zurich, or the US. And they're looking for someone who is currently in the process of obtaining a PhD in computer science or related. We do have one from Spotify here, a user research intern, EMEA. So they're looking for someone in Stockholm or remote from the region EMEA. And they're looking for someone pursuing a bachelor's or a master's degree in psychology, social science, HCI, or a related field, and planning to graduate in 2023. Hugging Face is a good one here. We have a machine learning engineering internship, AI art tooling residency. This one's really cool. They don't give any kind of educational requirements on that. So they just say if you love open source, but also have an eye for art and creativity, are passionate about making complex technology more accessible to engineers and artists, and want to contribute to one of the fastest growing machine learning ecosystems, then they'd like you to apply. We have quite a few from TikTok, so I'm going to throw in some of these across the globe here. We have a few from Singapore. They're looking for an algorithm engineer intern for the platform governance team. This one is an undergraduate or someone currently pursuing a master's degree in computer science, computer engineering, software development. This one is also in Singapore, but they're looking for a data science intern for the trust and safety team. So this one, they're looking for someone pursuing a master's degree in data science, statistics, math, computer science, etc. This one is based in San Jose. They're looking for a machine learning engineer intern for the platform governance team, currently pursuing a PhD in a technical discipline. And then a product manager intern for their live stream on the trust and safety team. This one is also in Singapore, looking for someone pursuing a master's degree in a technical discipline. And this one is a program manager intern for trust and safety, looking for someone based in Singapore with a minimum bachelor's degree in business, engineering, IT, etc. Okay, we have a couple from Meta here. We have an AI research scientist intern to work on textless NLP. So this one, apparently, textless NLP raises novel problems for responsible AI. So they're looking for someone to help tackle this in Paris, someone in the process of obtaining a PhD. And then we have a postdoctoral researcher for trustworthy machine learning, looking for a PhD in AI, ML, or other things, based in Menlo Park. A second one working on postdoctoral researcher in responsible AI, similar requirements there. And then we have some from Microsoft. Now they're looking for some interns, different parts of Microsoft research. So this one is looking for a research intern around socio-technical systems. They want someone enrolled in a PhD program in the social or humanistic sciences. So including but not limited to anthropology, communications, gender and sexuality studies, history, information studies, law, media, STS, sociology, etc. This one is, they're looking for someone for the Human AI Experiences team. This is based in Redmond, and you must be in a PhD program in computer science or related. This is an interesting one, also in Redmond, and you must be in a PhD program in computer science, a quantitative social science, or a closely related STEM or social science field. They're looking for someone to work on decentralized social technology, collaboratory verifiable information, and computation. And then we also have one based in New York, looking for someone for FATE, fairness, accountability, transparency, and ethics in AI. They're looking for a PhD or someone in a JD program. So that opens things up a bit there. Okay, so now I want to look at some civil society fellowships and internships. We have Center for AI and Digital Policy. They are looking for a law fellow, and they are specifically looking for law school students with a strong interest in AI law and policy to participate in public interest litigation in support of AI and democratic values. We have a Siegel Family Endowment Research Fellow. Also, this one's based in New York. They're looking for someone who has completed or will soon complete a PhD level course of study conducting research in a relevant field. They're asking for someone with a background at the intersection of social sciences and technology, which is our sweet spot at All Tech is Human. We have two different fellowships from ADL's Center for Tech and Society. So we're looking for emerging tech fellows with an advanced degree in computer science, information science, social science, or relevant humanistic field. And the other one is a research fellow around hate and disinformation online. So they're looking for researchers in any relevant field, and they list many here, so you can peruse that. And they welcome early and mid-career quantitative, qualitative, and mixed methods researchers. Okay, we have the UN Development Program. They're looking for someone based anywhere where they have a home office. They're looking for someone for their digital transformation internship, and you basically just have to be enrolled in a master's program, your final year of your bachelor's program, or recently graduated, or be enrolled in a postgraduate professional traineeship program. OECD is looking for an intern for their public governance directorate based in Europe, and enrolled in any full-time in-person degree program. Then we have academia. We have a handful of fellowships here. There are many more available out there, but these are the ones that we have on our radar right now. So fellowships and postdocs. We have Yale University Digital Ethics Center looking for postdoc associates based in New Haven, must have a PhD. And then this one is the Yale Law School Information Society Project, looking for someone for their Majority World Initiative Fellowship. So this is a research scholar familiar with social media governance and the challenges majority world researchers face while thinking and writing about global online platforms. So they're looking for someone with a JD or a PhD or equivalent. And then we have Princeton, the Center for Digital Humanities. There's a couple of opportunities here. The Perkins Postdoctoral Fellow, looking for someone whose research engages with machine learning techniques. And then we also have this one looking at African language technologies. So they're looking for someone with a background in linguistics, natural language processing, and or computational humanities, and competence in at least one African language. Okay, and then here, the final one here, we have one government internship on my radar right now. There are probably many more, but this one is from the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. They have the Executive Office of Technology Services and Security is looking for digital services interns. So they're looking for someone in Boston. The ideal candidate will have experience in research, design, product, engineering, public policy, or communications, and be enrolled in a related graduate program. Okay, so that is all I have for now. So thank you for listening to all of those, and we'll have all of them listed up on our website. And yeah, I'll stop there. I want to respect everybody's time, but you can follow up about all of these opportunities, and we'll be having many more in the coming days and weeks as we have Elisa Fox on staff now to help us really, bulk up the job board and pull in many more opportunities for everyone to check out.
We're very excited about that, and then all the work that you're obviously doing on it, Rebekah. I will say one of the things that I was kind of taking in as everyone was speaking is just how we've noticed over the years that there's so many people who want to get into the system but are looking for pathways into it, right? What's the education needed? How do I upskill? What do these careers kind of look like? So I would just advise anybody who is watching this live stream or the video after the fact, that's a lot of the resources that we're trying to build up. We just recently put out Welcome to the Responsible Tech Movement, a kind of primer type of presentation that you can watch. If you go to alltechishuman.org, you'll see it right there. And then especially on our link tree, in addition, point out our Responsible Tech Guide. Lastly, attend some of our gatherings, whether they're virtual or in person. A great way to find mentorship, whether it's small micro mentorship or co-mentorship, other people going through the same situation as you're going through. So please don't be a stranger. There's a lot of great work that's going on in this space. And as Rebekah is talking about, and some of the special guests that we brought on, there's so many passionate people that are trying to move mountains to build a better tech future, and people who values aligned and realize the kind of promise and peril of this current situation, and looking to kind of put their career where their ideals are. So Rebekah, thank you for all that you're doing here at All Tech is Human to kind of carve out this. And then again, I'm David Ryan Polgar with All Tech is Human. Please join our Slack and then stay engaged. So have a wonderful day, everyone.